Hi Leo, Sun, Moon and Rising, welcome to Ethernal Realms. We will see what your March looks like. First I will talk a little bit about the astrology because there's a lot going on, and then we get into your cards. So the first thing taking place is Mercury, the planet of the mind, is moving into Pisces, and that's on the 2nd of March. Then it will quickly move into Aries on the 19th of the same month. So the mind is going through quite a few shifts in this month itself. It is releasing old habits, and it is understanding emotions and, getting more into spirituality or the transcendental self, being more accepting, more flexible and kind of introverted at the same time. Okay, so there can be a lot of revelations that come to you, ideas that come in, can have a little bit of a spiritual or intuitive undertone, or emotional at least, to them. Then 19th onwards, Mercury is like, okay, I have figured out what I want to do. I've thought about it. I also have let go habits that are not supportive to the things that I want to do. So now it's time for me to take action right away. So we are more in the mood for taking initiative as we move into 19, 20, 21. On the 20th or the 21st, depending on where you live, the sun moves into Aries, and we also have a new moon in Aries corresponding with the spring equinox. So it's about a fresh new start. So any new intentions you want to set for the year till next March, it's a very nice time to do so. There will be a checkpoint, or you might see some harvesting time 6 months from now. So yeah, it's a nice time for more long-term plans to launch them now, or to really put in the action or promise, take initiative right now. And kind of dreaming big, being bold and courageous, that's really being blessed when we are in Aries season towards the end. Before that, we have a full moon in Virgo. Yes, that's on the 7th. And the same day we have Saturn moving into Pisces. So the full moon will illuminate things about our routines, habits, thought patterns, diet, the work that we do day in and day out, or how we conduct ourselves during that work. Things like that are going to be illuminated, where we get more information, we make some changes, things like that. So if there's any underlying health issues that have been suppressed, or you've been ignoring for some time, there can be some flare up of that, or you are kind of thinking about that more, as if there's just a sense of, I should take more responsibility on this, or I should make more this particular flow, this routine that I have, more efficient, more productive, things like that. Okay, so it can be a realization without any tangible cause as such, but if we generally ignore our inner voice, then full moons are usually the times when the notification from the universe is loud and clear. Okay, so yes, use that to your advantage. Then, like I said, Saturn is moving into Pisces, and that's a big deal because it was there in Aquarius for 3 years, and now in Pisces it will be there for 3 years. So bigger planets, slower moving planets, which take forever to go, have very long-term connotations, deeper consequences, and also collective consequences. So for the last 3 years, we've been talking about the restrictions of freedom, freedom of speech, of being, of connections, isolation from one another, and also concerning about humanity's freedom, what we are supposed to be to each other, our personal freedoms in wherever Aquarius is for you, your partnership house, right? So there's a lot of things that have been going on for quite some time, and we've learned a lot. And whenever the planet is changing direction, it just gives you that last push of, okay, and this and this. Okay, these are the things that we gotta accomplish. Okay, now on to the next chapter. We're going to talk about Pisces. So in Pisces, for the coming 3 years, we'll be more into the spiritual side of things. We will establish more structures in very vague areas of our lives, or things where in the more creative or emotional realms where we have put up many barriers and restrictions for ourselves. We will limit the restrictions essentially. So not that many barriers anymore, just efficient barriers. Saturn is all about that. Okay, what is straightforward, what is efficient, what makes most sense, what is going to be conducive for long-term sustainable growth and stability. Okay, so anything that is not working in that way, Saturn will minimize and restrict those things in order to make space for things that are fulfilling and flourishing for you and your future. Next, in the third week, we have a lot of aspects being formed between planets, and I will not get into them, but I will post about them on my community page. So if you're interested, you can subscribe, hit the bell, and you will be notified whenever the post is up. But I will mention, on the 16th, we have Venus, the planet of love, beauty, abundance, and harmony, which is moving into Taurus, its ruling sign. So it's very happy there, and amidst the chaos or like dynamism that is happening in this month, Venus from this point on is giving us that boost of hope, support, faith, financial resources, other material resources and connections, a sense of security, stability, whatever it is that we need in that very moment, Venus is giving us that help. So we absolutely have a silver lining despite whatever happens, okay? So that's very, very nice to have. Yes, I did mention 19, 20, 21. Now on the 23rd, we have Pluto, the planet of purging, regeneration, death and rebirth, transformation basically, moving into Aquarius for the coming 20 years. And that's obviously a very major thing. Before this point, it was in Capricorn. And even now, this will just be a trailer for the year of 2023. It will permanently move into Aquarius from 24 onwards. 2024 onwards for 20 years. But either way, this trailer is a little bit helpful in letting us know what is about to come. Of course, it won't be the same events being repeated for the next 20 years, but it gives us an idea of what the theme is and what we need to learn and so on. It's sort of like getting the syllabus before you begin the course itself, right? Sort of that vibe. So yes, this is the time when we make sweeping changes, basically, okay? So with Saturn in Aquarius, we learned what was restricting our freedom. Now when Pluto comes in, it's saying, okay, so if that's the restriction, get rid of it, make the change. Make the change. Let's transform our mindset towards relationships. Let's change the way that we see the world. Let's change the way others see us. Are there any projections that we are making based on our upbringing? Maybe it's not even about other people, okay? We just see it through other people. So let's make those permanent changes so that we can grow, become stronger, more powerful, more in charge of our destiny and things like that. It's just super empowering vibe coming through for me. Of course, it is going to unearth some things that have been blindsided. That's very natural. We're humans. We have flaws. That's going to come up. And it's coming up for recalibration, restructuring, breaking through out of a pattern, things like that. Okay? So meaningful changes, absolutely. If you resist, Pluto is not a fan of that. Neither is Saturn. So resistance it's the enemy of harmony throughout this month. Okay, so keep your eyes open, your heart, your intuition, everything that you use to navigate through life open, and kind of observe what is happening, because changes are already happening in the month, and it's important to observe and understand what we think and how we can respond to these many changes. Okay. As long as we do that, it's okay, okay? And we have enough blessings as well. Our mind, thankfully, Mercury is moving direct. All the planets are moving direct, so we are well equipped to deal with anything that comes in. So if changes are happening, we are on board. We're moving with the changes. There is no internal conflict and things like that. The only thing that's a little bit oppositional is Mars moving into Cancer. That's on the 25th of the month. It's a fiery planet moving into a water sign, so that's not really the most amazing mix. But yeah, it can make emotions kind of come up to the surface, suppressed emotions especially. They will bubble up to the surface for examination. And also there might be some changes in the home and family sphere, more activity in that area, or at least in the emotional body. Yeah, our connection with our emotion, also our maternal figure. Okay, so we might have more conversations with them, your grandmother, your mother, or it doesn't even have to be the mother itself. It's honestly the mother figure. So if the father was more nurturing and you more connect emotionally with them, then that would be the mother figure. It's just terminology, not really to get stuck with it. But yes, Mars in Cancer is also very, very protective. Okay, and you, Leo, are very protective. You're territorial with something that you are attached with, or something you're just, connected to. So yes, you can absolutely preserve things that you know are true to your heart. So those things are not leaving you in any way, and there is no point of feeling threatened, even if other people might be threatening or whatever. We'll see what the cards say, but astrologically, you absolutely have the strength already. The best way to harness Mars in Cancer, I would think, is it's kind of being fueled by your emotions. If you don't feel like doing something, don't resist that feeling. Don't try to force yourself to feel a certain way, because that's when Mars gets a little bit frustrated where it already is. Because even Mars itself is trying to just go, regardless of how it feels. But this would be the time where we learn a little bit about nurturing and self-care, taking care of others that we care about, things like that. Okay, it's a different flavor of things. Now, in the last week, we have some more aspects. Like I said, I will not get into that. It will be in the community page though, so you can check it out if you're interested. Okay, now let's see what the major theme of this month for you is. We have the first quarter moon with growth. So very nice. We have some growth, first signs of changes coming through. There will be more developments on ongoing projects or avenues, ideas that you have. There will be more illumination. Perhaps you learn something new and that inspires you to continue what you were thinking about. So something vague that was existent will become more solidified, I feel. Okay. Next, we have the Tower, which says solid foundation, success with effort. Yeah, so this is foundation, right? So we're talking about your home and family again. There can be perhaps you getting a home, renting a new place, getting your own place, or it can be foundational in a family sense. You're establishing your family, or you know exactly who your family is through thick and thin. It can also be that you're connecting with your private self and you just have a very clear idea of who you are as a person and what your priorities are, that it makes you feel very secure for just about anything, honestly. That the Tower is like really tall structure. It goes really far and wide, but it's also very, very stable in this particular deck. Okay, then we have the Well, which says family wishes come true. Wow. Okay, so the home and family is really loud and clear coming through. So yeah, like I said, when planets are changing from one zodiac to another, they kind of have that extra boost of both zodiacs, especially when they're in the middle. It's kind of like being born on the cusp. So you have a lot of this and also a lot of that. So Saturn moving into Pisces is like, okay, so these are the last few problems and the last few solutions to deal with those problems, and now I'm on to Pisces, where we're talking about a whole new chapter. Same goes with Pluto. It was in Capricorn, so okay, we got to deal with this and this regarding structure and authority and power and control and all of that, and now I'm going to move into Aquarius and bring in like breakthroughs regarding your partnerships or the people that you connect with. So it can be that suddenly you meet someone and perhaps your family has been rooting for you to find your forever person, and this is the time that you might make a connection that shows some promise. Or it can be that you meet the right people in order to get your house, good real estate agent, for example, or a family person who has connections and so on. It can play out in many different ways. But either way, there is a breakthrough energy here related with your family, your home, your inner self. Then we have the Gong, which says an exciting event. So that's amazing to see, something to celebrate. Leos love that. So that's nice, right? Okay, so let's see the specifics. We have strength. Beautiful. This is the Leo card. Okay. It indicates you have perseverance. You are courageous, bold, brave, confident. You're coming across charismatic. And if you are presenting for something, or again, if you're looking for houses, you might, have to physically go and visit them. It can be that the renters are very taken in by you. They want to give you the house, and things like that, where you're already magnetic and appealing. It can also indicate that you have a very good grip of what your egoic desires are and what your spiritual desires are. Especially in the first half of the month, that is going to be extremely clear to you of what you really, really, really want, and what would be a way to get to that in a material sense. Okay. Yes. For example, you want to feel healthy. okay? And exercising is the egoic way of going about doing that. Okay, so I'm not saying that ego is bad, we should like shut it up or something like that. It helps us establish an individuality and separates us from the collective, so we don't take on everything of the world, so it's super important. But I'm just saying you have a very good idea of what is what exactly, okay? Yes. Okay, then we have the Magician, which is so nice. It corresponds with Mercury, so yeah, the planet's movements are going to be impactful for you. It says that you're taking initiative and making something creative out of the resources you have. So you're really utilizing the connections you have, the skills you have, and you're kind of showcasing that in a humble way, but you're also proud of what you're achieving or what you have done so far, so you don't mind showcasing your skills and talents that are already there. You can also have a lot of communication that goes on, perhaps at home and family, but also with other people, partners, and so on. You have excellent manifestation skills, okay? So align your thoughts, intentions, and actions. This month is so likely to create a breakthrough. Something you are manifesting already can really come about here to fruition, and if you're not yet, this is a very nice month to manifest. Like I said, in Aries season, you can manifest something for the entire year. That's a long-term kind of goals you might have, or it can be short-term but stretched out throughout the year. So for the rest of the year, I would like to have a monthly income of so and so, or to have peaceful family life every month, things like that. Okay. Then we have Justice. This corresponds with Libra, which corresponds with, relationships. So partnerships that you're forming are mutually beneficial, well-respected, open communication, strong foundation, things like that. So it really shows promise that if you're meeting or manifesting someone new in your life, it's very passionate, but it also has a strong chance of lasting longer. It shows promise for growth, basically. You're just getting started on the right foot, okay? There's nothing wrong going on here so far, at least. And 3 major arcana going on, so major month. Also, yeah, if you have some contracts to be signed, some legal procedures ongoing, it might test your patience or perseverance a little bit with the strength there, but you will get through and it is going to work out in your favor. Okay, so yeah, success with effort, we see that too. So whatever it is that you want, you will get it. Okay, it's like no doubt here. You will get it, but there needs to be an effort from your side as well. So you might initiate a conversation, or you're initiating a bond or the continuation of something of sorts. Justice also talks about karmic balance and retribution. So yes, something that is owed to you comes back here. Someone owes you money, it comes in here. Well wishes that have been, sent towards you by people that care about you, that can come about and flourish. So if, like I said, family wishes, right? If they've been praying for you to get a partner or to get a house or to feel stable, for you to, live well and be happy and prosperous and so on, then this would be the month that you actually see the ripple effects of it in a tangible sense. It can be your wishes as well, but I'm more so feeling that others have something to do with this too. Okay. Then we have the Queen of Cups. I'd love to see that. It says that your emotional body is loud and clear as well. We have 2 ripples coming through. So yeah, the seeds that you plant in this month is going to have ripple effects in your future. So yeah, be mindful, be conscious as much as you can about the influence of your words, your actions, your intentions in your everyday reality. Okay, perhaps learn more about the law of attraction, or manifestation, or just learning about projections, how the outside world reflects what's inside, things like that. Perhaps that gives more insights. Queen of Cups, it's basically talking about that maternal figure that I was talking about. You might connect more with them, or you can talk about relating more with your feminine side this month. You might be creating more, you're more spiritual or intuitive, you're more in flow with things, you're not forcing things to happen, but you absolutely have the strength to go the mile whenever it counts. Okay? Empathy, compassion, it's an excellent card to have if you're forming a new relationship, friendship, partnership with just about anyone. Okay, you're well understood. There's respect as well. Your higher self might have messages for you. What else? It can talk about a mentor figure as well. So perhaps you're forming a partnership with a feminine figure or someone who's, like I said, intuitive, spiritual, things like that. Yeah, okay, that's coming through. There's some other message. Yeah, with Mars in Cancer, this can talk about your emotions kind of dictating a lot of what you do. So some days it might be that you absolutely don't feel like doing anything. And it's important to honor and respect that, because you don't usually feel like that. So if some days it's a downtime, then it's a downtime. It's fine, Once in a while, it's okay. Yeah. All right, then we have the Six of Pentacles. This talks about acquiring money and spending money. There is balance in a financial sense, also material sense. But apart from that, it is like you get back what you invest into whatever it is. Okay, so investing your time, effort, skill, communication, a bond, it's on equal footing. I feel like if we're talking about people, okay, if you're forming a connection here, you will not realize where the time went. You go on a date and you think it's going to be like 2 hours, 3 hours or whatever, but before you know it, it's night. It's quite late at night. Wow, just effortlessly flowing conversations. That's what I'm getting. If you have clients and a business, then this indicates good flow of money, and you're putting in the effort that the person feels like it was absolutely worth it to spend for your services, for example. Yes, very nice info. Just about anything, honestly. Also resources. If you need a certain resource, you're likely to get it. So if you're getting a house, you need a loan for that, then it's likely you get a very good deal, someone who's understanding, they're not trying to scam you or anything. So that's very nice. That's good to know, right? Okay, then we have fearless expression with card number 55. So yes, you are very brave in presenting yourself. Okay, there might be some new things you're trying out, especially with the magician there. And it's like, I know I can say it. I know I can do it. I know I have faith in myself. I have faith in my words, and my message is worth passing along. These are the terms, these are the sentences I hear as I see this card. 55 talks about major changes and pivot points as well. So, but if you're so confident about these changes, though, it's very pleasantly surprising. You're so confident. It's as though you are the one making the change. Both of these cards are about willpower, and fearless expression is being very conscious of your own intention. If you want to manifest success, you're manifesting success. That's it. You want to manifest a partner, you're manifesting a partner. Forget about the resistances. You're very clear about what you want, where you're headed, and why. So amazing. Very admirable. Okay, so yes, fearless expression. You can have an open and honest conversation with your family as well, and that can create more of a strong bond. And same goes with, partnerships. Like I said, you're starting off on the right foot. You're very open and honest with each other, and there is like a mutual respect here. Yeah. Wow. Then we have Creator Water, which is, that kind of Queen of Cups and that ripple effect we're talking about. Your emotions, I feel, are on board, and if they're not, you have the full capacity to make them on board with your plans and desires. Apart from that, water relates with the intuition, the spiritual body, so really good for manifestation, maybe manifesting with water, working with that, or doing some water meditation, going to beaches, things like that might be useful, gets you in a state of trance, or self-hypnosis, psychological work, etc. That is very well aspected in this month for you. Can bring in a lot of insights that gives you that extra boost of courage and fearlessness to move towards your goals, basically. Then we have the light curve. This indicates, life has its ups and downs. So if you're in a down phase, there is an upliftment. There is light, always. Okay? And what was I getting? There was something else. Yes, I'm getting... it's so interesting. I'm getting that these low phases are not really talking about disappointment, but rather your foundation. Okay, we have to dig deep. You have to go deep, deep, deep in order to grow strong upward. It's like a tree with roots, right? If the roots can expand and acquire nourishment from the soil, and as far as it can grow, as deep as it can go, as big the tree gets. So I feel your reputation, the way you feel about life, the way you are seen in life as well, is so dependent on the foundation that you have. So with the light curve, it's like something is happening here in the foundation itself that gives you that illumination and the much needed stability that helps you climb up even more. Okay, so you're already a shining beacon, okay, as ruled by the sun. But it can be that with Saturn and Pluto, things like that, it might feel a little bit dimmed, but not really. The dimness is being transformed. Yeah, there's no other way to put it. Yeah, so if you've been feeling held back, it's like being pulled, but the arrow has to first be pulled back in order to launch forward. And the farther back it goes, the farther forward it shoots. That's what I'm getting with the light curve. Yeah. Then we have spectrum, which says there are many different things that might be happening here, but it all might have a root cause. So it's sort of that ripple effect that I'm getting. So when your mindset shifts, your family life changes, your love life changes, career changes, your self-expression is different, the things that you spend your time and money and other resources on is different, and so on, right? So yeah, many things can be resolved by one clarity that's coming through. So this is a very nice month for epiphanies, honestly, and I think that's going to happen for a lot of people. Yeah, so use that to your advantage, basically. What else am I getting here? There can be a variety of different experiences that you're going through as well. It's quite a dynamic month, right? So yeah, it's possible to open up a lot of new channels. Like I said, the seeds that you plant, and there's a lot of this seed planting in your hands, that will have more ripple effect. Like even if it's like different things, they have an equal chance of growing simultaneously. You might be doing a lot of different things, and previously it might require discipline, effort, regular presence of yours, and lack of self-doubt, things like that, but you're doing it. So amazing. All right, what else can we get for Leos, please, for the month of March? North Node, Leo, and the 12th house. Yep. If you have spiritual careers, therapy, spirituality, other modes of healing, then, that is looking good. I feel you're expanding beyond your comfort zone, and that is bringing in kind of release of past trauma or fears, and a boost in self-confidence, which is what Leo stands for. Yeah, doing something outside your comfort zone, absolutely. I think you're also leaving behind a way of living. Okay, so for example, if you've been sharing a house, now you move to getting your own place, or you have your own place and now you want to purchase a house. That's like a very big difference, right? In the stage of life that you're in. So 12th house kind of brings in a culmination of things that have been long drawn or have been ongoing, because you've learned everything you needed to learn. Now it's time to move on to the next phase, because the soul wants to keep evolving. All of these together also indicates that your higher self or your soul is very loud and clear. It wants to be more active. So yeah, if you pay attention to that, you can get a lot of epiphanies and ideas, insights, and balance moving forward, regardless of the external chaos or ups and downs you might experience. And with the strength, I kind of come back to that, because yes, you are able to discern very clearly what is your egoic or the individual desire and pace, and also what the spirit wants from you at this point in time. Okay, it's an intrinsic internal knowing. The 12th house can't really be predicted. It's not a blanket statement for each and every person. Everyone experiences it differently, but your intuition is going to be the greatest guide. Okay, wow. So that's what I have for you, Leos. Thank you so much for being here. I really hope the reading resonated and that it helps you out. Let me know your thoughts. And if you want a personal reading, you can reach me via Etsy. The link is in the description box and the comment below. I will see you some other time. Until then, take care. Bye.